Police will go now. Have you anybody called the police? Someone called them. I'm going to video. We need to get the reg. Can anyone get the reg there? Get the reg of the car. Get the reg quick.
That's my 20.
Did you get the reg of that? Yeah.
मिंगम विच सोने दी दुकान लुटन आए सन रिवर्स गड्डी मारी ने ते हुन पुलिस आई गई है.
Hello. Boris Johnson's just announced he's going to donate £88 million of taxpayers' money to the Ukraine, while broken Britain is in a mess. The second clip you watched was a robbery in Birmingham. Not quite sure where about. Ladypool Road, is that in Ladywood, Birmingham? I'm not sure. All the same, it was in one of those nice diverse areas that have been flooded with third world immigrants and now colonised. You could see all the surroundings, those in the video, as well as the properties and shops. You could see it was somewhere that represented the Indian subcontinent and not Birmingham. But sadly, this has happened all over our once beautiful country. It's been invaded, it's been colonised without a shot being fired. The likes of Boris Johnson, Tony Blair, Margaret Thatcher, it doesn't matter who. They are responsible for this. That crime was literally horrendous. See the guy with the axe? Well, let me just say something to you now. You've seen nothing yet, right? You've seen nothing yet, because the more third worlders come into this country, the more it becomes like the third world. What's happening in the Ukraine is very worrying. It's heartbreaking as well, right? But Boris Johnson needs to stay out of it, and he needs to fix broken Britain and not be interfering in that neck of the woods, because at the end of the day, Vladimir Putin has been threatened by NATO for the past 25 years that they've been encroaching further and further to his border, and he's warned them again and again. They took no notice, so he's been left with no other alternative. Should he have invaded so quickly? I'm not sure, but I think eventually it was inevitable, right? Because the EU and NATO are pushing up there, and if they do take the Ukraine, God forbid, the next country on their sides is Russia. They'll want all the liberalism there, what we've got here, and make Russia part of their brave new world. I mean, look at that robbery. Christ, is that modern day Britain? And you're, Boris Johnson, you're sending £88 million to the Ukraine. Don't you think you need to sort broken Britain out first, right? What's happening in the Ukraine is terrible. It's also very worrying, regardless what side you support. But that robbery is an indication that something is seriously not right in this country. Something is broken. And it's broken because, as I've said, the Liberals have removed the barriers. We had laws in place at one time that would stop all this stuff. The police could deal with crime like that. Now they can't. Also, we didn't have millions and millions of third worlders being dumped in our country. So that's another problem, because they bring their ways and different values with them, don't they? Of course they do. Now, this isn't racism against anyone. I don't hate anyone of colour or religion. It's not about that, right? It's about what's happening to our country. It's been taken away from us by third world immigrants. And God forbid if they're ever in the driving seat, it's payback time. You can see it now. You can't even say anything. You're getting called racist or whatever, right? So imagine when they're in the driving seat, God forbid, right? What's happening in the Ukraine, like I said, is terrible, right? But we want a swift victory. Hopefully, Vladimir Putin takes the Ukraine and puts some sort of pro-Russian government in there. It's sad, because the Ukraine should have been left alone and should have been an independent, free nation. But it's either Vladimir Putin takes it or NATO takes it. So looking through Vladimir Putin's eyes, obviously he's going to take it, isn't he? Of course he is. He can see what's happening, right? But broken Britain, the video you've just watched, funny at parts with the guy saying get the reg and whatever, but on a serious note, it's not, is it? But this is a result of unlimited mass third world immigration into Britain, while everyone's pontificating and crying and whatever over the Ukraine. Just look what's happening to our country at home. Okay, thank you.